Hello everybody, I am Bradley Sward, Associate Professor of Computer and Information Science at the College of DuPage in Glen Ellyn, Illinois, and this video is day 2 of the 2021 Advent of Code. The problem is named Dive. Let's get right to it. Let's try to get right to it. So here's your problem. You're trying to dive. You have forward and forward and a number, or down and a number, and up and a number, and those kind of things, and you're increasing and decreasing the depth, the x and the y value. So the first part is pretty straightforward. You're either going up or down in the y direction, and you're always going right in the x direction. So let me minimize this. So here is the part 1 code. So the part 0 code is pretty much the same. So I just started with that. I just had that ready to go. And I just had to change it up a little bit because I had to split it up by new line characters instead of by spaces, because I want to get each data as a list of lists. I want to get, so I have each data member here, each element consists of a string that I'm going to break up by that, and then I'm going to break that up by space so that I'll get a string on one end and an int on the other. So that's the process here. So I'm starting with an x value of 0, a y value of 0, and I'm saying for every element in my data set that I have, basically split it off so that, take it and split it. I'm not really doing any damage to anything. And so I guess maybe I am. It depends on the way things are going, but it doesn't much matter. So I have my XX, I split it up, and so now there's two components. So the 0th component is the word. So if it's forward, there's forward. If it's down, and otherwise it'll be up. I could put an else if this is up, but I didn't do that, and it works just the same. And so again, as we're saying, if it's forward, I move to the right by whatever amount that number says. And if it's down, I increase my y, almost like I'm playing a video game. And if it's up, I decrease my y. And I just do this over and over and over and over again. And as you can see down here, you get my answer of 1,832 is the x value. 1,172 is the y value. And then when you multiply them together, that's what you get, that number there, 2 million something. So that's part 1, and again, your data might be different, so hopefully this code will work for you as it does for me. So now for part 2, it says, oh, now we're dealing with the aim instead of, all what we thought was true was not true. So then now we have new rules, but everything else is kind of staying the same. So for every element in my data, I can split it up. And then I can say if it's forward, I just do this, where I say, oh, take my y value, and I take the aim, I add to it the aim multiplied by the current, or the x value that we were discussing. And I got caught up on this because I thought they meant the x value. It was, horizontal different distance was my x, and they said x, and it just got a little confusing on my end. And so it took me a little longer to do the second part than it did to take me the first part, only because I couldn't get that value working properly. And then the x value, if I'm forward, the x value also changes by the same, just like we did before. I don't think that even changes. We're just adding a new element to that. We're adding this one line of code. And now if I do down, instead of adjusting the y value, I'm adjusting the aim, and same with the up. And if you do that, you can see then down below, who's listening to this at this point, I don't know. But anyway, then you get an x value of 1832 like you did before, but you get a y value of 1 million something, and when you multiply everything together, that's what you get. And so that covers everything there is to do in this problem as far as my understanding, since I got both stars. And as always, if you have any better ways to do things, please comment below and say hi. So that was fun. That was a fun 15 minutes, and we're ready to move on. I'm gonna move on to the UK code one now, because I got another problem to do. Let's see how long that takes, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. Take care, everybody. Hope to see you then.